Hey there, guys. So today we have another review, and this is a beer from Grimm Artisanals. They're actually a brewery from New York. Always awesome to see breweries from New York, local breweries, and we sort of have had a renaissance of amazing new breweries open up. So always, excited to see a beer from Grimm Artisanals. This is their Rainbow in Curved Air, which is a pretty interesting beer. It is a sour farmhouse ale brewed with peaches, conditioned on oak, and it also has a mixed culture yeast, including lactobacillus. And it also is dry hopped with Azacca and Yarlow hops. Just shared some of this, so I'm gonna pour myself some. And so let's dig in. So yeah, as I said, awesome, excited, really excited to see how New York is doing with new craft breweries. They also have great labels, so I'll link you guys below to their website. You can see the awesome labels they have. This is an awesome rainbow kind of color. Interesting. Combination of ingredients and techniques used in this beer. So I don't know what to expect. So let's dig into this beer. Beer comes in a nice lemony yellow color. Reminds me of something like a Goza or Berliner Weisse. Just a golden lemony yellow, a little pale kind of color. Let's get the aroma on this. Huh. That's interesting. I'm getting a good amount of a peach puree / peach candy kind of thing. Reminds me of peach rings. I guess if you guys know that candy that you can find at the candy store where you get those tongs and you pick them out. Yeah, there's a good amount of peach beers that I've had recently. They don't really taste like fleshy peach, but a little bit like candy. So this has both of that. A little bit of the candy, a little bit of the puree / fleshy peach. A little bit tart, a good amount of wheat in the back. I want to say there's a note of Azacca and Yarlow coming through, which might be a little bit of banana, a little bit of a cantaloupe, sweet honeydew kind of thing. Not really getting the tart quality. And I'm not sure if it's a funky beer. I don't think it's a funky beer. If anything, it's maybe the hops just playing through, and maybe the oak is offering another layer of aroma that's playing around with those other aromas, and it's just sort of very interesting and confusing. Cool stuff. Cheers. That's quite nice. 5%. That's a great session beer, yeah. That's really enjoyable. Wow. Up front, you get a smack of tart quality. On the aroma, I wasn't getting it, but if anything here on the palate, you definitely get it. It reminds me a little bit of a lemony tart quality that you get in a Goza. Not as aggressive as Westbrook Goza, but you can get the idea. Lemony tart quality up front. But it also follows up more with that because there's that wheat quality. There's a wheat base in here or something, because I guess it's a farmhouse ale, but it tastes weedy and slightly grainy on the back end as well. So you sort of get, again, that kind of Goza, Berliner Weisse kind of quality. But then you also get a nice theme of that peach quality coming through. A good combination, again, of that peach puree / peach ring candy kind of flavor. I'm also getting a mid palate of a little toasty oak kind of flavor. They're using white oak on this. And then I also want to say that the hops are accentuating the peach quality in this beer. I'm not getting a pure hoppiness. The aroma wasn't that hoppy. The flavor is not dripping with tons of more complexity of fruit than just a peach. But I'm probably getting, a more accentuated peach quality. So maybe the peach puree flavor is complemented by the Azacca and Yarlow. Those are two relatively new hops and, used now actually in IPAs because they do offer an interesting and different kind of complexity to hoppy beers. Some brewers are maybe more familiar with Galaxy, Citra, or some of the older hops. Azacca and Yarlow are pretty interesting. They offer, you can read up the notes on the notes about those two hops. They offer these kind of differing kind of new palated flavors that, people might be interested in. So yeah, maybe I'm getting a little bit of kind of berry quality, a little bit of strawberry. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so I was thinking peach puree, but yeah, I could imagine peach strawberry candy, a little bit like a Starburst. Strawberry flavors coming through a little bit of, again, as I said, that honeydew kind of flavor, melon. Really interesting. So it's a nice combination that they use not only pure peaches, but also these fruity hops, these fruity new hops. And it's a clean beer, relatively light. You get a little creaminess on the back end. I wish it was a little bit more tart. It hits you up front, but in general, it drinks more like a solid farmhouse ale slash Berliner Weiss slash Goza without the salt kind of thing. But for 5%, this is highly enjoyable. I would love to session this. If this wasn't for around $10 to $11 for the bomber, I think $11 for the bomber, I would definitely love to see this in, obviously a 6-pack and just drink it all the time because it is fruity. It's basically a slightly tart fruity saison, wonderful complexities, delicious stuff. This might be the best beer from Grimm Artisanals. I'm a huge fan of this one. This one's getting a 95 from me. I'm always looking out for beers around 5% that are really complex and flavorful. Wonderfully balanced beer, just really good fruit quality. Again, this is a beer that you could recommend to somebody that's getting into beer. It just really has a really nice fruit quality behind it, but not overly juicy, but nice creaminess behind it. It's absolutely delicious. That creaminess is really nice. So yeah, so 95 from me. Let me know if you guys have had anything from Grimm Artisanals. I've had a few other beers from them, but this one is probably my favorite. I'm really glad I bought this bottle. Really good stuff. Until next time, guys. Cheers. Later.